morning, everyone. I have got my matcha right here with me, and of course my morning journal. I'm going to get to that in a bit. I just wanted to come here to wish you all a very, very, very happy new year. Hope you have an amazing start to this new year. I wanted to talk about it for a few different reasons because, the moment January 1st arrives, everybody's got all these goals and resolutions and whatnot, and there's science behind that. It's called fresh start effect, and what that means is that whenever there is something that's going to be a fresh start for you guys, whether it's the start of the week, even if it's a Monday and we all hate it, still it feels like a fresh start, a new beginning, or the start of the month, or even if it's your birthday, your anniversary, moving into a new place or a new year, you need to hop onto that feeling and maximize that because there is science behind it that you suddenly feel like you're able to separate your current new self from your old self. I hope you maximize on that feeling, and before you roll your eyes on everybody having these goals and resolutions and whatnot, please do understand that there's psychology and there's neuroscience behind that. If you want to know how to do it, something Dean and I did on the 31st of December was we had a whole itinerary of things. First, we did reflections on 2024. It's really, really important to know how your year went and also to know where you are now. What's your current situation like? All of the topics that you can think of, we chose personal, career, finances, family, relationships, health, fitness, travel, hobbies. So we had a whole lot of topics. Once you've done that, something that we did as a couple is mind mapping. So you write the year 2025 in center, branch out topics, and then you write what your goals are under each topic as individuals and as couples. It's wild, absolutely wild that those goals went beyond 2025. But if you don't want to do that, after you've reflected on how your year was and where you are currently, then set your goals as to where you want to be. So your brain takes in the information that, okay, this is where I am now, this is point A, and I want to get to point B in 2025. And your neuronal pathways will start mapping out or figuring out ways. It kind of stays in your subconscious that this is my current present self and this is what my future self wants to be. Having said that, it's not just having a plan A and then you want to get to plan B. You need to have systems in place for getting from plan A to plan B. Say if your plan currently where you are is that you're waking up at 7:30 a.m. and you want to be somebody who wants to wake up at 6 a.m. You need to have a system in place. It starts from the night before, what your evening or nighttime routine looks like. You can't just one fine day decide that I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. Somebody who's used to waking up for decades 7:30 a.m. is not going to sustain the habit of waking up at 6 a.m. So you need to have small micro habits which would start from the day before and on the day as well. Maybe pushing your time to 5 minutes earlier would be something that would be helpful. So instead of waking up at 7:30 tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 7:25 a.m. or 7:20 a.m. or whatever that looks like. Hopefully you take on all of these, information, advice, however you want to look at it. Whatever your goals are for 2025, I hope they all materialize and I hope they all come true, whether it's materialistic goals, whether it's personal goals or growth goals, relationship goals, whatever that looks like for you. Yeah, I think that's just my spiel with regards to New Year's for you guys. Today is the 3rd of January. I think my matcha is getting cold. I need to have that. One of my resolutions this year is to take in the small little moments. We all wait and crave for those big milestones in our life and we overlook the smaller things that pass by, the mundane things. So yeah, even if it's sunlight coming through the windows or it's just smelling the coffee or matcha in my case in the morning, I want to have smaller resolutions so that when I look back on the year, I can tell that yeah, I was able to sustain them. Anyway, going back to the bit about me being on annual leave, I have another week of annual leave remaining. However, I've picked up a few locum shifts during this time for a few different reasons. Got a few big expenses coming up. So tonight I'm on a locum on-call. So my on-call begins at 5 p.m. So I'm technically on annual leave till 5 p.m. and then I'm on a locum from 5 p.m. until 9 a.m. tomorrow, which is a Saturday. Fingers crossed the shift goes okay. I'm going to journal about it because every time I'm on call, I feel a certain way. I can tell that I'm feeling a certain way already. So I'm going to journal about it, put down all my emotions and feelings so that it's out of the way and then I can get started with my Friday, and I'll obviously take you along on another episode of London Doctor Diaries. Let's go. What are you watching?
Other people do that. They get New Year's, and I know that
out. This is evening time. I am on call. I'm doing a locum shift. We've got a handover meeting at 9 p.m. It's 8:54 p.m. so I'm waiting for everyone to join. I've muted and also put my video off. Once everyone joins in, I'm going to switch that on. Fingers crossed. Hopefully this is going to be relaxed and it just stays the way it is. And asked if anyone's waiting. They've said there's none so far. It's just one person who's intoxicated. Doesn't look like a 𝗦𝐴. Today is a Saturday. I think the last time you guys saw me, I spoke about being on call, and maybe I would have also had some footage of doing the handover. Basically got 3 calls. First one was the wrong one. They were calling 𝐶𝗰𝗶𝗹 and ended up calling me. So it wasn't for me. The second call was from liaison nurse. They just needed some advice on the phone. And then the third call was at around 5 a.m. by the co-trainee. I didn't have to go for any mental health act assessments. Didn't have to go for any seclusion reviews, although you don't do that on a weekday anyway because they would have been seen by the ward consultant, the most senior person who was in charge of the seclusion rooms and all that. So it was all right, to be honest, except for kind of spaced out at night because one was at 1 a.m, the other was at 5 a.m. So technically did not get proper sleep because every time I fell asleep, I received a call, but that's fine. I'm on call, so you can't expect that. It's 10:20 a.m. now, but hopefully this is going to wake me up. The plan for today is I have rejoined a gym with the sole intention of attending yoga and Pilates. Got a class tomorrow, but I'm just going to go today because I haven't stepped outside the house in 4 days now. I've been kind of locked up. It's not the nicest weather to go out anyway. It's right now -1 in the morning at 10 a.m. So today is going to be the day I'm going to venture out. I've got a few errands to run. Then hopefully I just go for a light walk on the treadmill or something for today, just to get back into the routine of working out. Let's crack on with the day. Morning guys. I am going for my first ever reformer Pilates class in an hour's time. This is going to either go 2 ways. Either I'm going to be like, oh my god, love it, or this is going to be an absolute joke. I've obviously watched videos of what reformer Pilates looks like. Flexibility wise, I'm okay, but I don't want to assume because everybody says that, yeah, it's much harder than it looks. I'll obviously take you guys along and film as much as possible. I don't know how comfortable I will be with so many strangers around. I still need to find that confidence to be able to do that. Also, 3 nails have fallen apart, but the rest of the 7 have stayed intact.
Watch this. That's it. Point and pull back. That's it.
Oh my god, I got so quickly humbled after that class. I mean, muscles that I did not even know existed in my body are freaking hurting. So I had a question for you actually. I watched it in one of the reels. So father and his son were in a car crash. The father died and the son needed surgery. When the boy went into the operating room, the surgeon said, I can't operate on this patient, he's my son.
The surgeon was his mom.
Oh my god, you got it!
Yeah.
It's the one and only.
Today is a very important day. I feel really nervous and stressed about it. 6 years of living in the UK has sort of led up to this day. I think I'm making it more than it is in my head. However, I do think it's more than it is, even outside of my head. I've got my citizenship appointment today. I did not sleep well at all last night. I was feeling so nervous. I was feeling so anxious. I don't understand why. It's the most straightforward process one can go on being a doctor in the UK for 6 years and applying for citizenship. However, the little Indian girl in me is thinking of all the worst case scenarios possible. I always get nervous leading up to these things in terms of visa appointments, visa interviews. Even on the traveling day, I'm always like, oh, they're going to pull me aside. I don't know, my brain always thinks of the worst case scenarios. So yesterday I kind of had a meltdown at night. I called a couple of my friends, one of them who's recently gone through her citizenship process. Yeah, I was just kind of panicking, and then I realized that I had not put my old passport up as well, which obviously has a lot of stamps and everything. All the travel and all is on that. I just recently renewed my Indian passport maybe 6-7 months ago, which doesn't have many stamps, and I was just going to take that and go. So that was a close call. I'm an overthinker anyway, and situations like this just make it worse. So on days like this when I'm feeling all sorts of things, it's so important for me to journal, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm putting this in this vlog or am I waiting for a few months later when the outcome is out regarding my citizenship to put this footage in that. I really don't know, because I did not put out anything about my ILR either a year ago. I filmed everything. I filmed the whole day. I made actually a reel as well. It never went out. I don't know. Maybe I should just get out of my head and be like, it's fine, it's part of my journey and it's okay to share about it. I'm really hoping when it comes to editing this vlog, this footage makes it to the vlog, and if it does, then yay. Now you guys know there's a big milestone coming up this year. We'll see how the appointment goes. I'll obviously take you guys along. It's a really cold day today. It's -1 and it's going to apparently snow at the time of my appointment. If I walk out of the appointment to a snowy London, why is this camera so low? I'll take that as a positive sign from the universe. Even if it isn't snowing, that has got nothing to do with my appointment. I need to stop associating things. Let's journal and then we'll head to the appointment. I've gotten out of my appointment just now. That took less than even 5 minutes and I was so nervous about it. So glad it's done. We are going to go and celebrate in true Mona style. It's done. It's done. And now we just wait. Place my order. Can't wait to have something hot and a banana bread. Bittersweet day for me because I go back into work tomorrow. The bit which I'm so happy and I'm smiling at, the tickets for our Morocco trip went live this morning and there have been few bookings that have come through already. The travel agency emailed me. For those of you who don't know, because I did not talk about it on my YouTube videos at all, I'm organizing an all-girls trip to Morocco for 9 long days in October this year. So 16 places are available, 16 strangers, 16 girlies are going on this 9-day long trip to Morocco. I'm going to be there as well. I've never been to Morocco. Really excited to experience the history, the culture, the food, the people. We're going to have an on-ground guide at all times with us who obviously speaks the local language, knows the ins and outs of Morocco, and we'll be traveling to multiple different cities. There's lots of activities, there's cooking classes, we're going to the bazaars. There's also a desert glamping night as well. So all of these activities, all the dinners and breakfasts, the airport transfers, the commute between places, the desert glamping, everything is inclusive of the package. So it's £850 for 9 days. I'm so freaking excited because I've always wanted to have this community trip with my community, which kind of fell through last year. I took all of your feedback where you said that it was exuberantly priced last time. Took your feedback in, and this time I've made sure it's reasonably priced. It's for longer time. It includes a lot more activities. It's some place where, again, you know, I'm very, very mindful that most of my audience has Indian passport. They live in the UK, so that when you're applying for visa, visa. It's not stressful for you. So Morocco is e-visa. You literally apply today and you get it by tomorrow. This is 7 to 10 days on the website, but everybody who's applied it gets it overnight. It's within a few hours. So kind of that stress is taken away. So yeah, I'm so freaking excited. It's happening and I'm going to put out the energy. It's happening. I was literally brainstorming icebreaker ideas, what kind of activities to do, on the first day, because first day is pretty much free. So I know there's going to be all new people who don't know each other and I don't know anyone either. So I wanted to have something which would make everyone feel comfortable and welcome. So I was thinking of ideas. What can I do? What kind of activities can I have? Something kind of games or whatever. If you have any suggestions, please do drop it down in the comments below. Yeah, it's going to be a fun girls trip, a safe space. I know there are a lot of men who also follow my pages and my channel. However, I have always talked about having this safe space for women to be able to have their true independent self flourish. I have been very lucky to be able to do that in my relationship, in my marriage, in my friendships, and I know that's not the case for everyone. So I want them to have that space where they go back feeling a lot more stronger, a lot more like themselves. Hopefully we learn a lot from each other as well. I hope we create some really amazing special memories. So if you're interested, if you didn't know that this was happening, I'll leave the link down below in my description box. It requires £200 deposit, so that kind of confirms your place, and then you pay the rest of it closer to the date of travel, near to October. So it'll be sometime around, I think August, September is when you would pay the rest of the amount. I'm looking at my vision board, which is right behind you guys, and one of the things I had put up was a picture of all girls in Morocco, and I'm looking at that. Obviously we haven't sold out all the 16 spots yet whilst I'm filming this video. It's 10 more months for it to happen, and it's going to happen this year, and I'm going to look back on this video and be like, yay, we did it. Morning! My fingers are frozen. The fact that I have to hold this mic, maybe I'll just plug it in here. Today is a Saturday and it's probably the coldest day so far in winter. It's -4, feels like -8. I don't even understand these numbers. Also, I'm so proud of myself and Dean that oh my god, I'm eating my hair, that we are both going to the gym on a freaking cold morning. Wow! 24 hours wouldn't do this. We would literally be sat on the couch today all day, snuggled up watching something on Netflix. What a difference a change of scenery or a gym can do. I'm going for my reformer Pilates class number 2 the same week. Ready to wake up some muscles that I didn't know existed in my body. Ready to be humbled again for the second time. If my words sound jumbled mumbled, it's because my mouth is also frozen. My fingers are frozen. My mouth is frozen, my nose is frozen. Also got this beanie yesterday from Uniqlo, which I love. It's got wool in it, but also it's washable. I like wool stuff which are washable. Hate it when it says wool, which is great, but then I can't wash it. These blue sky kind of days are the most deadly. So deceiving, because you feel like, wow, what a nice sunny day, but the cold is. I can't feel my fingers now. Okay, I need to stop recording. Let's go. Let's go grab a protein drink. Morning guys, today's a Thursday. I am post night shift. I have been on 3 sets of nights in span of 5 days. I am so exhausted. I almost feel like I have a jet lag just without the fact that I'm not sat on a really nice fancy beach. Other than that, I'm in gloomy London and freaking exhausted post nights. On my way to work now. It's going to be a really busy day. I can already foresee it. I was kind of having a look at all the emails and things that I'm meant to do today. I've also run out of my matcha at home. Feel quite deprived without my matcha. So on my way to work, I might just pick up matcha. That's the update I've got for you for now. Off we go. I mean, we are technically on our way to work. I feel instantly better. 2 sips in and I feel fab. We go to work. Morning. Happy Saturday. Mornings used to be without matcha. We are in Poppins and they've run out of every bakery good that was possible. Literally the whole menu is run out, so all that we wanted was coffee. So I got a decaf latte and Dean got a oat flat white. Yeah, so just having some coffee and then we're going to go find another bakery. So if you're coming to Poppins on a weekend, please try to come even before noon time because clearly everything runs out. It's quite high in demand and I can see why. Today is Sunday. It's Jan 26th. Oh, Dean, happy Republic Day, by the way. So to all my Indian viewers, happy Republic Day. Today is the finals of Australian Open. It's 𝗦𝐚𝐢 versus 𝗦𝐴𝗫. So quite excited for this match. Love weekend mornings where you wake up and you've got a nice hot cup of matcha. Not the most beautiful skies to look at, but I'm going to take beautiful garden views. And then you've got tennis going on the other side. Yeah, I've woken up with different kind of energy on this weekend. The rest of the day is pretty much looking chill. I had a quick morning workout at home, so I just did some Surya Namaskar and some weights. Let's get back into the match mode now.